Yes.
All right, welcome back. Leanne, it's time for some newspapers now. Some major headlines coming through on the newspaper front.
Indeed they are, so let's get into them. First up is the Business Day this morning. Let's have a look and see what they are leading with. SA arms dealer see gap in DRC. So G6 guns were removed for sale according to a letter. South African arms companies are cashing in on contracts with the Defense Department of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and in some instances regulatory corners are seemingly being cut. That's their big story. And one company recently signing an agreement with the DRC involving the sale of South African Army G6 guns before any such disposal had been approved. So details in the Business Day about that story. The big picture this morning also, there is the 44th London Marathon, and they're saying a blistering pace as seen with the Tower Bridge in the background on Sunday. Beautiful picture actually. Reigning Olympic champion Perez Jepchiril, she crushed the women's, world's record in 2 hours, 16 minutes and 16 seconds. Well done to her. IMF feels bullish on growth in Africa. The IMF welcoming the return to international markets of 3 countries in sub-Saharan Africa after a 2-year hiatus, even though the cost of financing was very much so on the high side. And then finally, Nedbank clamping down on clients. So careful, Nedbank clients. Financial services group Nedbank in 2023 severed ties with nearly 200 customers over reputational risk concerns, it said in its annual report published on Friday. I'll leave it to you to find out why. So there you go.
Leanne, moving from the Business Day to the Star, interesting to see what they chose to headline. You'll see, we were begging for financial aid. That's the big tagline there. So Mapisa Ngakula's request for assistance from Defense Department is unlawful and illegal. So we know that the plea by the former Speaker of the National Assembly for legal assistance from the Department of Defense and military veterans in a corruption trial is unlawful. That's according to an analyst. The request came obviously following the fact that she faces 12 counts of corruption, one of money laundering after she allegedly solicited bribes. So that is definitely a story that we're following there. But just to the right of her, Mam Sophie Williams de Bruyn, the only surviving leader of the 1956 Women's March against the past laws. She's standing next to a portrait of herself. It says, "Strike a woman, you strike a rock." She was honored for her contribution to women's issues at the Sanctuary Mandela in Johannesburg on Saturday. All of this really coming to the fore as we commemorate 30 years of democracy during this Freedom Month. And again, as we know, edging closer to elections come the 29th of May. Just below that, popular DJ Mashata, he was killed, unfortunately, on a somber note in a suspected hit. So we know that the entertainment industry is reeling after the loss of, that well-known MC and DJ Peter Mashata. He was reportedly shot and killed in Soshanguve at the weekend. Details still remain sketchy, but we're obviously monitoring developments as investigations continue on that front. And then just below him, another headline, that story, MKP may have been infiltrated. That's according to Prof. Sipho Siepe from Zululand University. Oh, that's the Star for now.
Good, right. Let's go into the front page of the Citizen this morning, and polls. What's ANC's backup is what they're asking. If the ANC ends up leading a a national coalition government after the May elections, there is a possibility it'll work with left-leaning parties such as the EFF, and even appoint that party's Floyd Shivambu as the finance minister. One analyst says, but others believe the party would prefer to join forces with the DA if pushed into a corner. Yeah, so read and believe what you will. So that's the story that the Citizen are moving with. Beautiful picture they got there. Smoking hot moves is what they say. RV Raptors go through their paces at an air show at the National Aviation Conference in Wonderboom Airport in Pretoria yesterday. So the Civil Aviation Authority organizing that, on the South African Civil Aviation Authority. Then thug smash struggle icon Steve Biko's grave. Biko's grave in East London was vandalized with the bronze fists on the tombstone stolen, if you can believe it. And then finally, Josie is top dollar with millionaires. South Africa metros take up 6 places in Africa's top 10 most popular among the rich. So there we go. That's Citizen.
Well, moving on to the Sowetan, Leanne, I've got some headlines there. In fact, reads, here today, gone tomorrow. So we've seen some election campaigns that have been doing the rounds because obviously parties and independent candidates are trying to woo voters. So it reads braiding hair, doing laundry, feeding the community, or just some of the weird and wonderful ways politicians are trying to woo your vote with 36 days before elections. I wonder what I'd be comfortable with. But you can see pictures there of political party leaders, as I mentioned, braiding hair, shaving hair, interacting with the community, helping them with water, cleaning, sweeping, etc. Food, soup kitchens as well. Just to the left of that, Selo Make Gangube again on the cover there of the Sowetan, because we know that the Trinity International Bible University has not been recognized, so that honorary doctorate that had been conferred unto him, of course, does not stand. So that's also started interesting conversations once again about the credibility of institutions and credentials at large. Mashata danced to heal the world before he was murdered. Again, just relating to DJ Mashata there, who was brutally killed. In fact, inquest now, a docket has been opened for murder and attempted murder. That was confirmed by the police. So those are just some of the headlines on the Sowetan this morning. It seems like there are some parallels and correlations on some of the newspapers today.
Absolutely. Remember, SABCnews.com also got you covered. So visit our website, all the stories, 24 hours a day, all of the interviews loaded. They're there, they're ready for you to watch. Download our SABC Plus app as well. And you can stay up to date with all of our channels as well as the SABC News. But right now, let's keep you updated with our top stories. It is 7 o'clock.